Extreme weather conditions, whether it's the scorching heat of summer, the biting cold of winter, or the relentless winds of autumn, are a major threat to skin health. While most people are aware of the effects that sun exposure or winter chill can have on the body, the impact on the skin is often underestimated. The skin, as the body's largest organ, is at constant risk when exposed to these extreme environmental conditions. The combination of temperature extremes, dryness, and harsh winds strips the skin of its natural oils and moisture, leading to a range of detrimental effects, from dehydration and irritation to accelerated aging and long-term damage. In the heat of summer, the skin faces one of its most taxing challenges. As temperatures rise, the body sweats more in an attempt to regulate internal temperature. While sweating is a natural cooling process, it can wreak havoc on the skin if not properly managed. Excessive sweating, coupled with the harsh effects of sun exposure, can result in dehydration. When the skin loses moisture through sweat and the heat of the sun continues to draw it out, the skin becomes dry, flaky, and tight. This dehydration is not only uncomfortable but also compromises the skin's barrier, leading to an increased risk of irritation, sensitivity, and the formation of fine lines. The sun's UV radiation exacerbates this problem by causing direct damage to the skin surface. UV rays penetrate deep into the skin layers, leading to the breakdown of collagen and elastin, two proteins responsible for skin's elasticity and firmness. Over time, this causes premature aging, including wrinkles, sagging, and sunspots. The skin becomes more fragile and less able to repair itself from the daily wear and tear of environmental stressors. Ironically, while people may seek out sun exposure for a tan or as a source of vitamin D, they often unknowingly set themselves up for long-term skin damage and increased risk of skin cancer. Without proper sunscreen, the skin is at serious risk. Conversely, the cold of winter brings its own set of dangers. Cold air, combined with low humidity, creates a dry environment that saps moisture from the skin. The lack of moisture in the air means the skin cannot maintain its natural hydration levels, and over time, this leads to dry, cracked, and irritated skin. The skin's outermost layer, the epidermis, becomes weakened and more prone to chapping, flaking, and even painful fissures. In extreme cases, cold weather can even exacerbate conditions like eczema and psoriasis, leading to flare-ups and severe discomfort. The constant cycle of moving between cold outdoor air and the heated, dry indoor environments during winter only makes matters worse. Central heating systems and space heaters further reduce humidity in the air, leaving the skin even more parched. For many, this results in itchy, inflamed skin that feels tight and uncomfortable. Even individuals with previously normal or oily skin may find themselves battling dryness and irritation during the winter months due to the harsh cold and dry indoor air. Wind, often a combination of both cold and dry air, is another extreme weather condition that causes significant skin damage. The relentless blowing of wind strips the skin of its natural oils, causing moisture to evaporate at an accelerated rate. This leads to dehydration, leaving the skin feeling raw, chapped, and vulnerable. Windburn, a condition caused by exposure to cold, dry wind, results in redness, inflammation, and peeling, much like a mild sunburn. Windburn can occur even without direct exposure to freezing temperatures, as dry, windy conditions are enough to disrupt the skin's moisture balance. Over time, constant exposure to wind can lead to long-term damage, including premature aging and an increased risk of developing sensitivity and irritation. Extreme weather conditions also have a significant impact on the skin's natural barrier function. The skin's barrier is responsible for protecting the body from harmful bacteria, pollutants, and allergens, as well as preventing excessive water loss. When subjected to harsh environmental factors, the skin's barrier becomes compromised. This weakened barrier allows irritants to penetrate deeper into the skin, leading to inflammation, breakouts, and increased sensitivity. Conditions such as acne, rosacea, and eczema can worsen under these circumstances, making it more difficult to manage these skin concerns. The effects of extreme weather conditions also extend to the skin's aging process. Constant exposure to heat, cold, and wind causes oxidative stress, which accelerates the breakdown of collagen and elastin fibers. This leads to a loss of skin firmness and elasticity, contributing to premature wrinkles and sagging. The skin becomes thinner and more fragile over time, unable to defend itself from the environmental factors that continue to damage its structure. Furthermore, these weather extremes increase the production of free radicals, which are unstable molecules that cause cellular damage and contribute to the aging process. One of the most insidious aspects of extreme weather exposure is that the damage often happens gradually. A sunburn or windburn may heal, but the cumulative effect of repeated exposure to harsh environmental conditions takes its toll on the skin over time. People often fail to notice the long-term consequences until they start seeing signs of aging or irritation, and by then, much of the damage has already been done. Over time, the skin may start to appear dull, lackluster, and thin, with fine lines and wrinkles becoming more pronounced. In light of all these potential risks, it's essential to take proactive steps to protect the skin from extreme weather conditions. For heat and sun exposure, sunscreen is an absolute must. Broad-spectrum protection with an SPF of 30 or higher should be applied regularly, even on overcast days. Protective clothing, hats, and sunglasses can also help shield the skin from the sun's damaging rays. Staying hydrated is equally important, as water helps replenish the skin's moisture levels. For winter and cold weather, using thick, emollient-rich moisturizers can help create a barrier that locks in moisture and shields the skin from the drying effects of the cold. Humidifiers in indoor spaces can also help maintain optimal moisture levels in the air. In conclusion, extreme weather conditions, whether hot or cold, windy or dry, pose significant risks to skin health. These environmental factors strip the skin of its natural moisture, irritate the skin's protective barrier, and accelerate the signs of aging. While these weather conditions may be unavoidable, the damage they cause can be mitigated with proper care, including hydration, the use of protective products, and regular moisturizing. By being mindful of the effects of extreme weather and taking protective measures, you can help safeguard your skin from the long-term damage that can result from environmental stressors.